It's happened before. Terrorists infiltrating Israel. That's why these reservists are training in northern Israel to prevent such an attack.
We are training for a number of scenarios where they're coming from the sea, air, and land.
Reserve Colonel Zvika Halperin, a home front commander, is responsible for the Western Galilee, an area with a population of 600,000.
We're training the authorities for emergency situations, dangerous substance events, events where missiles fall, also from Lebanon, also from Syria, infiltrations of all kinds of forces.
And in northern Israel, that's the Lebanese-based Iranian proxy, Hezbollah.
Hezbollah is vastly more powerful than in terms of its core military capabilities, its missiles, its rockets, its ground forces, than are any of the other Islamist militias, which also wish Israel harm. So Hezbollah remains by far the main threat.
10 years ago, Hezbollah crossed the border, attacking and killing 10 Israeli soldiers, and holding the bodies of 2 of them hostage for years. The incident sparked a war lasting 34 days. Middle East expert Jonathan Spire fought in a tank unit. He told CBN News Israel wasn't prepared.
Many units, infantry units, armored units, went into the war having not trained adequately in the previous years because they'd been very busy fighting that insurgency in the West Bank and in Gaza.
Hezbollah launched more than 4,000 rockets and missiles at northern Israel at a rate of more than 100 per day. That put 1 million Israeli civilians within range. Since then, the situation has worsened. A refortified Hezbollah appears stronger than ever and still wants to finish off Israel.
We're talking about over 100,000 missiles that they have in southern Lebanon ready to be launched to Israel. We estimate that in any conflict in the future, 1,500 missiles a day will be launched to Israel. That's a real threat.
Retired IDF Colonel Kobi Marom says Israel knows the missile locations, but in any future conflict, they will face challenges in attacking Hezbollah.
They build their bunkers, tunnels, and missile sites under the civilian population, under hospitals, under UN position, under schools, because they know when the pictures of the civilian death come to the people in New York City, Paris, or London, the game is over. That's why they use the life of their people as a tool in their struggle against Israel. That's the reality today in Lebanon.
Marom says Hezbollah has obtained better technology and longer-range missiles that can reach all of Israel. Plus, their numbers have grown from 7,000 terrorists to more than 40,000.
They're also gaining a great deal of experience in areas of combat they didn't know about before, fighting in unfamiliar areas, fighting in urban settings, not stuff they'd done before.
Spire told CBN News that although Hezbollah is stronger, it's distracted by the war in Syria.
Well, the thing with Hezbollah is that, of course, they are now bogged down in a very different war, not a war that they ever wanted. That's the war to protect Bashar Assad's regime in Syria.
Iran and Hezbollah support Assad because his country helps Iranian weapons make it to Lebanon.
The bottom line is, for as long as the Syrian war continues, it is extremely unlikely that Hezbollah will be able to afford itself the luxury, so to speak, of hitting at Israel and opening up a second front against an enemy vastly more powerful than the Syrian rebels they're currently engaged in fighting against.
Spire says, fortunately, Israel is also better prepared.
I think Israel is better prepared because I think the army underwent something of a change of focus following the 2006 war, understanding that Hezbollah is an enemy of a different nature, that Hezbollah is the main ground threat to Israel today, and that requires an army, effective and able to respond.
And as long as Israel is not fighting in any regional conflicts, Spire says the main goal will be to keep its borders safe and prepare to take on any invaders. Chris Mitchell, CBN News.